Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching EXPOZ. August 28, 2012, 1:06 a.m., Birmingham, Alabama. Topic, more confirmation about dead birds, fish, and animals. And again, HAARP related. Let me tell you where some HAARP are, and I'm going to show you their connection, but keep in mind any HAARP can connect to any HAARP anywhere in the world, and it appears that they'll connect only by chemtrails, which could be an electrical charge or something that there's in the air that they put out. But in any case, HAARP Alaska to HAARP Puerto Rico via chemtrails crosses Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and a few Caribbean islands. Along this trail killed millions of fish and tens of thousands of birds, along with other marine life. HAARP Area 51 to HAARP Peru via chemtrail had fish, birds, seal, dolphins, sea turtles, and more died. HAARP China to HAARP Japan via chemtrails killed millions of fish in Japan, and China did not report, which is usual for them. HAARP Peru, I take that back. China, HAARP had another large spiral like Norway had. This big spinning thing in the sky. I wanted to bring that up. So HAARP Peru to HAARP Brazil via chemtrail killed thousands of cattle, marine type birds, and small whales and dolphin. HAARP Alaska to HAARP Norway via chemtrail, a large spiral, no animals reported dead. HAARP Japan to HAARP Australia via chemtrail was reported another spiral like in China and Norway. HAARP Brazil to India via chemtrail, cattle dropped dead in the streets, and this was captured and put on YouTube. No birds nor fish were reported dead. HAARP Alaska, Arizona, New York, Puerto Rico, Peru, Brazil, Australia, twice in Australia, India, Japan, China, Russia, Norway, and the UK. The ones I mentioned are but a few. There are many more. Every HAARP, and they are high frequency active auroral research, meaning weather. However, we do not know the real reasons. Partially weather and partially other things. I can tell you by the death of millions of birds, animals, fish, has nothing to do with weather control. If so, why the spirals in the sky? What are the spirals? Are they gateways? HAARP also says it's part of a missile defense, weather, and here is a lie. It is supposed to monitor the positions of submarines. If so, why did a Soviet sub stroll through the Gulf of Mexico for 3 weeks undetected? Read it. HAARP is a mixed bag of lies, and we do not know the truth. Also, HAARP, the reason for the chemtrails. Think about this. Since HAARP cannot see by line of sight another HAARP, so when the HAARP sends a signal, it travels apparently on the elements that's within that chemtrail. Maybe the chemtrail is a trail of particles of something in which a signal or wave of electrical particles can be carried. This cannot be done by satellites since they're wireless signals like UHF, like a radio. I say this because of Nikola Tesla. You remember him. His work put out an electrical static in which a line of sight was needed to relay a signal. And I want to explain that Nikola Tesla experiment was abandoned because it had no value. And when they destroyed the Tesla idea, why then did the experiments continue without Tesla? Did you know that Tesla also built an earthquake machine? I know it sounds bizarre, but it was proven by pure accident and was shown on TV. I can't remember the name of the show, guys, but there's two gentlemen that try to prove or disprove things or hard to believe events, mostly things that happen in movies. And when they prove it does or does not work, they either say it's busted or it's plausible. You may remember what I'm talking about. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the show. Jamie is one of the guys. The earthquake machine was built by these guys, just like Tesla, and the machine was verified plausible, meaning it really does work. In real life, HAARP, they say, is an earthquake machine. I cannot verify or confirm this. My guess, yes. It did have value, but they are far bigger than you and I will ever know. And last, HAARP, could it be a weapon of what some would call mass destruction? It could be. And I want to say one thing I may have skipped over. The Nikola experiment was supplying electricity through a coil, taking a very small amount of amperage produced, and I'm going to say, just say, I don't know, 120 volts. But through that 120 volts, with this tower, with this static electricity around it, it's a very noisy machine, but it can power homes just by reaching the waves that this thing sends through the air. They proved that. That was also built, and it works. So there's a lot to HAARP. We don't know the story, but we know it is definitely something that could be very dangerous. And they are building more and more and more. There's got to be another reason. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.